Are you even surprised anymore? This is the least surprising news you're going to hear for a long time. How many times have we got to come on here and talk about Ismael Bennacer being injured? I'm getting bored of it and I'm getting sick of it. We've got to stop relying on this guy. As much as I love him, 2019 player of the tournament, he is made of glass. That is why AC Milan had enough and decided to get rid of him and send him to Ligue 1, where the quality of football is not as good as Serie A or playing in the Champions League. I'm sorry, I absolutely love Bennacer. He is one of my favourite Algerian players of all time. He committed from such a young age, but this guy is made of glass. He is injury prone, and it looks like he's going to be injured again for the upcoming games against Botswana and Mozambique. And I don't understand how we are so reliant in a position we're so weak on such an injury prone player. We have lost Zerouki to injury. I'm not saying Zerouki's great, but he's obviously playing centre mid all the time. Bennacer, obviously ruled out of the game between PSG and Marseille. So if he's got a muscle concern, which is what Aouar had, I'd be very surprised if Bennacer played a part in the squad. Look, if he wants to prove me wrong and come and train and be a part of the setup, fantastic. But with Zerouki out, with Aouar out, and with Ben Taleb obviously out, now it looks like Bennacer could be out as well, which is a huge blow. Now, if Bennacer withdrew from that squad, that would put us down to 25 names in that squad. It would give Petkovic the opportunity to call in a replacement, call someone else into that squad as a reinforcement. But who could he go and get? I'd still go and see if Ben Taleb would be up for doing it. Is it even safe for Ben Taleb to be doing it? Could he go and get Kadri? Could he go and get Ait-Nouri? I don't know. But the bottom line is, we could be seeing Zorgan again, which I don't want to be seeing. I think whatever he does, if Bennacer is out, it's got to be Badawi, it's got to be Kandusi, it's got to be Abdelli. And you've got a player there in Kandusi with the experience of playing in Africa at club level. You've got a Badawi in there who I think is only getting better and better. Badawi as well, by the way. He gets injured as well all the time, but I like him. The Karen Teta Kante. I think Abdelli's a good player. Abdelli can play a little bit in front of them as well. It's just such a shame about Bennacer because he's probably our best player. And you look at our team and our squad and players that have gone to Saudi and Qatar and all these places like that, whereas Bennacer decides to stay in Europe. He had offers from Saudi as well. He's at a good club, but he just can't stay fit, and it's a huge problem. And going forwards, we're going to have to address this because, listen, we used to in recent times, the main midfield has been Bennacer, Zerouki, and they just can't stay fit. And Zerouki without Bennacer is even worse. So it's going to be a problem. We'll see if Petkovic gets anyone in. I'm not sure what he can do. I don't know who you could get in. Honestly, I don't know who you could get in. I don't think he really likes Kadri. He could get Ait-Nouri. I don't think he's going to get a local midfielder because they're all in Majid Bougherra-Chan's squad, but it'll be interesting to see what he does about this injury concern. Why it seems that even when he plays at club level, I mean last year Bennacer was injured for a long time, that he came back with Milan, he won that trophy, I think the Super Cup or whatever it was, the one they played in the Middle East, and then he left for Marseille. But I just think there's something more to it. And how many times do we see Bennacer withdrawing from a squad? I think he's got big injury problems that he's been hiding. He's had a big knee injury. It's just some players are very injury prone, but it's just because in the centre midfield, you know, Gudiora and Feghouli were with Bennacer for that AFCON winning run, and we just don't have the legs in there at the moment. We still don't really have a Gudiora type player. Bennacer sometimes has to do both. So it's a real big concern, but I'm hoping that we're still going to be okay because we're only playing respectively Botswana and Mozambique. And these are the games that we should be winning. Because if we can't win these, how are we going to beat Guinea? And how are we going to be playing the stronger teams in Africa and potentially a World Cup? So it's a big blow. I don't know what Petkovic can do. Algeria's squad looks, if you look at the 26 names and you take Bennacer out, it looks far weaker. You back Badawi, Kandusi, Abdelli to do a job. You don't back Zorgan to do a job. But you know, Petkovic likes Zorgan, so he might go down that route. I personally wouldn't. Listen, we'll see what happens. Looking at some of the comments and the feedback from the last video about Belali being back. Listen, I think, let's say Belali goes and plays well and scores. Let's say he scores in both games. It's not the point. Then you have to take him to the World Cup. You need to be building a new team. You want Belali scoring and then Belali starting at the World Cup. We're not going to do anything at the World Cup if you take him there. That's the point. The same can be said about Saeed. You know, Saudi Arabia didn't pick anyone from their second division, and we did. which is really odd. But you've got to name the right starting 11. I want to see Guiri and Mora and Mahrez, put Badawi and put Kundusi if Bennacer's not fit, and Abdelli in front of them. Mate, or play the 5-back, Petkovic. We know you like that 5-back. We know that's something you want to be doing. Play it. Play 5-back. You're solid at the back. Madani, Mandy, Bensebaini, or Tuba or whatever, and put Kundusi and Badawi in front of them. So Bennacer out. We'll see if a replacement comes in. But yeah, it's not the start we wanted. It's never straightforward. But you know, whatever happens, we're going to be following this journey. So, less than a week to go. What are your thoughts on Bennacer coming out? Are you worried about that potential withdrawal, or does it not matter? But yeah, I mean, he could still play. He's just missing a league game. We'll see. Maybe all of this is going over the top and Bennacer comes back. You never know with African football, and particularly with Algeria. So let me know your thoughts on Bennacer's injury in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time.